بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وبه نستعين على أمور الدنيا والدين وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد. After praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and sending peace and salutations upon the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, we begin our lesson. Normally we go through a quick recap of what we've covered so far, but inshallah today, because of time, we'll just go straight into the lesson. So Shaykh rahimahullah, he says فصل في مبطلات الصلاة تبطل الصلاة بأربعة عشرة خصلة. So this section is talking about the things that break your salah, and the things that break your salah are 14 things break your salah. And the first one is bil hadath. The salah is broken bil hadath, whether that is hadath that is akbar or asghar. So hadath meaning the spiritual impurity. So whether you break your wudu or you need to do ghusl, that is the first thing that breaks your salah. The second, وبوقوع النجاسة إن لم تلقى حالا من غير حمل. By the najasa falling on you, if it is not removed straight away, without carrying it. So meaning, what are we talking about if a najasa falls on you? Meaning if it falls on your body or your clothes or the place you're praying. If it falls on your body, your clothes or the place you're praying, and you're not able to remove it straight away. Okay? Meaning that it has to be dry, because if it's wet, you can't remove something that is wet straight away. You have to leave your salah, wash it and come back. من غير حمل, without carrying it. Meaning that you should be able to brush it off without having to carry it and take it off. So that is the second thing that breaks your salah, if a najasa falls on you. وانكشاف العورة إن لم تستر حالا, and the awrah to be uncovered if it's not covered straight away. So if your awrah is uncovered in your salah, and you know it's uncovered, and then you don't cover it straight away, the salah is broken. So how many things have we done? 3. The next one is وَالنُّطْقِ بِحَرْفَيْنِ أو حرف مفهم عمدا, and to say one letter or 2 letters, to say 2 letters, to say any 2 letters, yeah, or to say one letter, even one letter that is understood. Meaning, if you say 2 letters that have no meaning, yeah, then the salah is broken. But if you say one letter, the condition is that it has to have meaning. It has to be understood. For example, ri, that has meaning. Amdan, if you do it on purpose. If you do it on purpose. The next one, وَبِالْمُفَطِّرِ عَمْدًا, and by the salah is broken by anything that breaks your fast. Anything that breaks your fast if you do it on purpose. So for example, if you eat, that breaks your fast, right? If you do it on purpose. If you eat accidentally, it doesn't break your fast. And like that, if you eat accidentally in salah, it doesn't break your salah. Okay? Generally. Then we go into different types of eating, which are separate things that break your fast, break your salah, sorry. وَالْأَكْلِ الْكَثِيرِ نَاسِيًا, and the salah is broken by eating a lot forgetfully. Eating a lot forgetfully. Meaning that, why does this break your fast even if it's forgetful? Because it's not normal for someone to eat a lot and forget that they're eating, right? And then the next thing that breaks your fast is وَثَلَاثِ حَرَكَاتٍ مُتَوَالِيَاتٍ وَلَوْ سَهْوًا, and 3 consecutive movements وَلَوْ سَهْوًا, even if it's by accident or even if it's out of forgetfulness. So for example, you're praying and then you scratch your head, then you scratch your knees, and then you move again right after each other, 3 consecutive movements. Why 3? Because that's considered a lot. It's considered a lot, that if someone was to look at you it doesn't look like you're praying, right? If you were to do 3 consecutive movements, so that would break your salah as well. The next one, وَالْوَثْبَةِ الْفَاحِشَةِ, is a big jump. If you make a big jump, then the salah is broken. There are some exceptions. For example, if you're moving to, I don't know, save someone, for example, that's about to die, or you're moving to kill an animal that's about to kill you, for example. And the next one, وَضَرْبَةِ الْمُفْرِطَةِ, the large blow, the large hit, meaning that the hit that moves your whole body, that your whole body moves with the hit, that hit will break your salah as well. That hit will break your salah as well. Again, with the exception of, say for example, someone's about to cross your path in salah, then you have to move and stop them, right? Your body might even move, but that is not what breaks your salah. But what breaks your salah is the general hit, that is the one where it moves your whole body. The next one, وَزِيَادَةِ رُكْنٍ فِعْلِيٍّ عَمْدًا, وَزِيَادَةِ رُكْنٍ فِعْلِيٍّ عَمْدًا, and to increase in a pillar from the 17 pillars on purpose. That is, the pillars that are actions. The pillars that are actions. We said out of the 17, how many were actions? 7. No. 5 was speech. 1 was in the heart, and the rest are actions. How much are we left with? 11, yeah? Is that right? 17 minus 5, 12 minus 1, 11, right? Correct, 11. And out of that 11, 4 of them were طمأنينة, to stay in that position. Okay? So, how much are we left with? 7. Now, to increase in any one of those 7, right? Some of them you can't even increase, but to increase some in any one of those 7, meaning to do an extra ruku' or extra sujood or an extra last tashahud on purpose, the salah breaks. The salah breaks. So, okay. Then the next couple are to do with when you're following an imam. The next couple are to do when you're following an imam, and the first one is وَالتَّقَدُّمِ عَلَى إِمَامِهِ بِرُكْنَيْنِ فِعْلِيَّيْنِ, to be ahead of your imam, to be ahead of your imam, not in terms of position, but in terms of actions of salah. بِرُكْنَيْنِ, with 2 pillars, to be ahead of them by 2 pillars. فِعْلِيَّيْنِ. So for example, the imam is still standing in Fatiha, right? The imam is still standing and in the first standing, and you've done ruku'. That's the next pillar, right? That is action. Then you've come up from ruku'. That is another pillar in itself. When you've come up, now you're ahead of him by how many pillars that are actions? 2. That's when your salah breaks. What if the imam is standing and you've just gone to ruku'? That's 1, so it's okay. So, obviously you shouldn't do that anyway, but what breaks the salah is 2 arkan that are actions. And the same if you're behind him. For example, he has come up from ruku' and you're still standing, but without a reason. You're just standing to be behind him for no reason. So, the initial standing, بغير عذر, without a reason. Without a reason. And the last few are to do with your intention. The last few are to do with your intention. And then the next one is وَنِيَّةِ قَطْعِ الصَّلَاةِ, and to have the intention of breaking the salah. To even intend that you're going to break the salah is a reason for the salah to break. even if you don't break the salah yourself, if you don't leave the salah, just having the intention is enough for you to leave the salah. So as soon as you intend, the salah is broken. And similarly, وَتَعْلِيقِ قَطْعِهَا بِشَيْءٍ, and to attach its breaking, meaning the breaking of salah, to something. For example, if my doorbell rings, I'm going to leave the salah. That intention there breaks the salah itself. So if this happens, I'm going to leave the salah. And the last one, وَالتَّرَدُّدِ فِي قَطْعِهَا, and to have doubt, should I leave, should I not leave the salah? So to go back and forth with yourself of whether I should leave the salah. That in itself breaks the salah. So let's give a quick summary of the 14 things that breaks your salah. Number 1, by hadith, whether that is minor or major. Number 2, that is if najasa falls on your body, your clothes, or the place you're praying, if you don't remove it straight away. Number 3, if the awrah is uncovered, if it's not, if you don't cover it straight away. The number 4 is if you speak, whether that's by one letter or two letters that are, or one letter, two letters, whether that's by two letters or one letter that is even understood on purpose. The next one is anything that breaks your fast if you do it on purpose. The next one is if you eat a lot accidentally, forgetfully. The next one is 3 consecutive movements, even if it's by accident. The next 2 are a big jump and a hit that moves your whole body. The next one is to increase in a pillar that is an action on purpose. For example, adding a sujood or a ruku'. The next 2 are whether you're in front or behind your imam by 2 pillars that are actions without a reason. You have no reason to be in front of them, you have no reason to be behind them. But yes, you're in front or behind them by 2 pillars that are actions. And the next one is to have the intention to break the salah, to cut off the salah. The next one, to attach the breaking of the salah to something. To attach the breaking of the salah to something. And the last one is to have doubt, should I leave, should I not leave the salah?
When it comes to someone like an extreme hit or something like that, I bet if someone just moves you during the salah.
That's different. It's an extreme hit where you yourself are hitting something and your whole body moves.
Okay, fine.
So
it's not about the movement, so.
So it's the hit that you intend that hit. So if someone moves you, it's different, sir.
Oh, so it's not. Oh, I thought it was you getting hit.
So no, if you hit something. Yeah, you hit something. Yeah.
Okay.
By a big hit, if you make a big hit, sir. Okay, the next few chapters talk about the salah that's in jama'ah. Okay, and some of the ahkam, the rulings that are related to it. Okay. فصل فيما تلزم فيه نية الإمامة. This chapter is talking about the situations where you have to have the intention to be the imam. You have to have the intention to be the imam. He say الذي يلزم فيه نية الإمامة أربع. The times where it's the niyyah of imam, that you need to be an imam, are 4. There's 4 times where you have to have the niyyah of being an imam. Because you can be an imam without having the niyyah of the imam, right? You could start praying by yourself and someone could join you. Is the salah of that person correct, even if they think that they're not imam? Yes. But in these times, then you have to have the niyyah of being an imam. The first one is al-Jum'ah. If you are the imam for Jum'ah salah, you have to have the niyyah of being an imam. The second one, al-Mu'adah, when the salah is being repeated for a reason. And you're repeating that salah, so you led the people, and now you have to repeat that salah, for example. Then in that situation, you have to have niyyah to be an imam. The next one is وَالْمَنْذُورَةُ جَمَاعَةً. The jama'ah that you swore by, meaning that you said, by Allah, I will lead these people, these 10 people in salah, in jama'ah. So in that situation, you have to have the niyyah of being an imam. Because you swore by it. You swore that you were going to be the imam. And the last one is وَالْمُتَقَدِّمَةُ فِي الْمَطَرِ. The salah that you're bringing forward, meaning, for example, we've prayed dhuhr in the masjid. But because of heavy rain, fil matar, because of heavy rain, it will be difficult for the people to go home and come back for Asr. It will be difficult for the people to go home and come back for Asr. So what do? You bring Asr forward and you pray dhuhr and Asr after each other. In that situation, the niyyah for an imam is wajib. You have to have the niyyah to be the imam. So, that's obviously if you're leading the salah. Sah? Okay. Now, there are certain conditions relating to following in salah, meaning following the imam in salah. في شروط القدوة شروط القدوة 11. The conditions of following are 11. There are 11 conditions of following someone in salah. Okay. The first one, ألا يعلم بطلان صلاة إمامه بحدث أو غيره. To not know that your imam, his salah is invalid by hadith or other than it. To not, basically, if you see that the imam has past wind or something, you can't follow him anymore. Or anything else. Maybe you see najasa on their clothes and you know that the najasa is, and it hasn't been removed straight away, or any other reason that the salah is invalid for him, that you believe is invalid for him, then you can't follow him. Okay, that's number one. وَأَلَّا يَعْتَقِدَ وُجُوبَ قَضَائِهَا عَلَيْهِ. And you should not believe that the imam has to make up redo that salah. To make up that salah. He doesn't have to make up the salah that you're following him in. So, if you believe that, then you can't follow him. The next one is وَأَلَّا يَكُونَ مَأْمُومًا. That the person you're following in salah can't be being led, meaning he can't be a follower as well. So there should be, imagine there's an imam and you're following, someone's following them. You can't now take that person as your imam. You can't follow someone that's following. وَلَا أُمِّيًّا. And the person you're following shouldn't be ummiyan. Ummiyan means someone that is illiterate, can't read or write. But that's linguistically, that's what it means. But in terms of when we're talking about fiqh, what it means is someone that doesn't know how to recite Fatiha. Someone that doesn't know how to recite Fatiha. So if you know how to recite Fatiha and someone else that is with you doesn't, you're not allowed to pray behind them. Okay? وَأَلَّا يَتَقَدَّمَ عَلَيْهِ فِي مَوْقِفِ فِي الْمَوْقِفِ. صح? And the next one is وَأَلَّا يَتَقَدَّمَ عَلَيْهِ فِي الْمَوْقِفِ. To not be in front of him in the place he's standing. That's clear, right? You shouldn't be in front of the imam in the place he's standing. The next one is وَأَنْ يَعْلَمَ انْتِقَالَاتِ إِمَامِهِ. And to know the movements of the imam, either by seeing the imam, or by hearing the imam. So if you're in completely two separate rooms and you can't see him, there's no microphone, nothing, can you follow that imam? No. Why? Because you don't know his movements. Or there could be, for example, sometimes when the masjid is really packed, then the jama'ah, it reaches until outside even, right? And in that case, there could be someone that when they hear the imam move, they It might be at the back, they hear the Imam and they now say Allahu Akbar as well, so people further can hear as well. In that case, it's fine. Even though the people directly can't hear the Imam, they're hearing the person that is reaching it to them. وأن يجتمع, and for the Imam and the Ma'mum, the Imam and the follower, to gather, to be in في مسجد, in the same masjid. In the same masjid. So you can't, I don't know, watch live recording and pray at home and follow the Imam. Doesn't make sense. صح? أو في 300 ذراع تقريبا. Or the distance, within the distance of, say for example, if you're in a field and you're following a jama'ah, you have to be within the distance of 300 dhira', which is a unit of measurement, which is an arm span. So approximately, arm span is approximately half a meter. So 300 times half a meter, 150 meters within that. The next one, وأن ينوي, and to intend القدوة أو الجماعة, and for the person that is following to intend either that they're following or to intend that they're in a jama'ah. Both of those intentions are enough. Either that they're following or that they're in a jama'ah. And then the next one is, we'll stop on this chapter because we ran out of time. Okay. وأن يتوافق نظم صلاتهما, and for the way of their salah to coincide. What does that mean? How is Salatul Janazah prayed and how the normal daily prayers are prayed are different. In terms of there's no ruku', there's no sujood in Salatul Janazah. So you can't pray behind someone that's praying a different type of salah to you. The nadm, meaning the way it's prayed needs to be the same. But even if they're praying a different number of rak'ats to you, for example, someone is praying Maghrib and you need to catch up Asr, you can pray behind them. Why? Because the type of salah is the same, even though the number isn't. Does that make sense? And we'll come later, there's a situation where even though the type is the same, that because the numbers are different, you can't pray behind them. Okay? But we'll come to that later. But generally, it's okay. And then the last two, وَأَلَّا يُخَالِفَهُ فِي سُنَّةٍ فَاحِشَةٍ مُخَالَفَةٍ. Then you should not differentiate from the Imam in a sunnah of the salah. For example, if the Imam gets to an ayah where there's a sajda and he does a sajda, you can't stay standing, you have to follow him. And if the Imam leaves it off, you can't do it. Clear? Yeah? So you have to follow him in the sunnah of his salah. Because why? The Imam is supposed to be followed. The Imam is supposed to be followed. And the last one is وَأَنْ يُتَابِعَهُ, and to follow the Imam. To follow the Imam. And those are the 11 conditions of following someone.
So, for example, in the scenario of you stopping, like you realize the Imam, for example, has najis on his clothes. How do you leave the salah? How do you
cut the intention of being the Imam, following him, and you finish the salah yourself.
Which book are you studying?
The book is Safinatun Naja. It's a book in the Shafi'i madhab. Safinatun Naja. Let's go there. Any other questions?
What was I going to say? So basically, you see how you said that the nadm has to be like the same. That some people, like for example, at Tarawih, some people at the end miss Isha, and then they use like the first two rak'ahs. You can't do that.
That's fine. Why? Because the way they pray in Tarawih and the way they pray normal 5 daily prayer is the same. Same amount of ruku', same amount. What do we mean by nadm? Meaning, for example, the kusuf salah is different. That some salah they have 2 ruku's in one rak'ah. All of that stuff, they need to be the same. That's what we mean. Not the number. The number is fine.
It doesn't matter if it's sunnah.
Sunnah is not okay. Okay? Any other questions? سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.